Добро пожаловать в Узбекистан!
Welcome to Uzbekistan!
Welcome to Uzbekistan, one of the most amazing, underrated countries in the entire world.
Oh, welcome to Uzbekistan!
Welcome to Uzbekistan, one of the most amazing, underrated countries in the entire world. It is fantastically cheap, it has amazing architecture, great food, and really nice, amazing, friendly people. In this video, I will give you all the travel tips you need to come visit this beautiful country. So, without wasting more time, let's start. I want to talk to you about visas for Uzbekistan and getting here. Now, a lot of countries do not need a visa. There's an e-visa service, but if you do need a visa, I would recommend applying as early as possible because bureaucracy can be a little slow here. I applied for a drone permit and it's been months. I haven't heard anything on it. So, yeah, apply well in advance. The second thing is the borders. So a lot of the land borders can close on short notice. I was supposed to cross in from Panjakent. I ended up coming through Dinao, like the entire south of Uzbekistan, and it wasted an entire day and the border closed on just like 2 days notice. So be prepared for that, and I would recommend aligning your visit with flights which are not very common between these countries. So yeah, be careful when you plan your trip. Leave a little bit of buffer. Do you want to be a millionaire? You need to move to Uzbekistan. This is the currency of Uzbekistan, and this is called the som. Now, see, this is 100,000 som, and I don't think this is the biggest in ocean note. So it's quite an interesting thing. You know, you convert $100 to $200 and you're a millionaire. But that's where the good news ends, because there are so many zeros, it's easy to get confused. I would definitely recommend checking double before you pay for anything, because a couple of times, I paid 5,000 instead of 50,000 and people came running after me, or I paid 50,000, instead of 5,000. Be careful with that. It's quite easy to pay here with cards as well in the big cities, like the touristy ones. So, but there's a little surcharge always, which is not much, to be honest. It's like 1 or 2 cents, something like that. And there's also quite a lot of ATMs in the cities, in the centers, the tourist places, but always keep cash on you, because if you're getting out of the cities, you'll not get ATMs easily, and there's quite a few banks that just will not accept international payments. So let's continue on to the next spot. So the best way is to use trains. Now, the train system is really good, really new, and really cheap comparatively, because from Bukhara to Samarkand, the ticket is only like $5.50. And I would highly recommend booking things in advance, because I snapped the last ticket on this train 2 days ago. So don't worry about the commission, it's not that much. Book things in advance. The app is used at railways, or I will also put the link in description where you can book tickets on their website. So if you want to use, there are connections where the trains are too long or you want to go quicker, they also have multiple airports which you can use. The best way to get around is on shared taxis. Just hail one, hop in. It's around 10,000 soms for each ride. For Uzbekistan, I would not recommend coming with a full tour guide. It didn't look so good for all the people who were doing that because they were rushed. So their websites for the trains, buses, etc. is really good. You can definitely do that on your own. But when you're in the cities, I would recommend getting guides so you get like a good idea of the history and where everything is. I would recommend getting UCell or Beeline. Both have pretty good coverage in the cities and you can buy the SIM card very easily. I got 10 gigabytes of data for like $4, which is pretty good. And the coverage was good in the cities. Outside, I'm not too sure. It wasn't that great when you're traveling on the train between the cities. Now, the internet is not very fast and Wi-Fi is not very available. So yeah, if you're working remotely, high-speed internet is a little bit of an issue in Uzbekistan. Do you like more amazing off-the-beaten-path travel destinations to inspire you? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. The language in Uzbekistan is Uzbek, which is a Turkic language not related to Farsi. Although in Bukhara and Samarkand, a lot of people speak Tajik, which is another word for Farsi in Cyrillic. Now, most people in other cities will speak Uzbek and Russian. That's the second biggest language here. English is not widely spoken and nor are other European languages. I would highly recommend you download the Uzbek and Russian language packs on Google Translate before coming here. Although a few people in the hospitality industry do speak English. The people of Uzbekistan, honestly, they are seriously hardworking, amazing, friendly, and they go out of their way to make you feel welcome here. I mean, in the entire trip, the 10 days that I spent here, I did not come across a single person who was rude or, horrible to me, racist. No way at all. They are really nice, friendly people. And I would recommend being really nice to them, especially sometimes when it comes to the language barrier. But I'm really thankful to everyone I met, from the guides to the hotel staff, everyone. Super amazing. They are really nice people. I just can't say that enough. Uzbekistan is perfectly safe to visit. I had no problems walking around at night. I mean, I was traveling alone, no problem whatsoever. They also have the tourist police, which have their booths like everywhere, most tourist hotspots. If you have any issues, give them a shout, but didn't really need it. People are really nice, they're really helpful, and walking around after dark is also not a problem at all. So it's perfectly safe. What is the best time to visit Uzbekistan? Now, it gets really hot in summer and really cold in winter, so I would not recommend these two seasons. Come from April to May, and then September, October. These are the perfect times to visit this beautiful country. You'll get the best temperature, I promise you. How many days should you spend in Uzbekistan? Now, I would recommend no less than 8 to 9 days because you will be running around. Every city, Samarkand, Bukhara, Khiva, I would recommend at least 2 days and then a little bit of time between, getting from one place to the other. So that is the bare minimum. Anything less than that, you will not be doing justice. Also, you might need to add an extra day for Tashkent because most of the flights do come or leave from here, this being the capital. I am sitting in a hotel called Riskiros, and there's another beautiful one called Golden Minaret for Bukhara if you're looking for good places. Now, the courtyards in most of these hotels are really beautifully decorated. Like, look at the one behind me. Absolutely amazing. Do check out a few. I've not seen anyone mention these. But the most important thing here is, one, not to book it on Airbnb. The hosts sometimes have problems with payments. Booking.com is better. Two, I've seen people complain a lot about small things. You have to realize these people are opening up their houses to start hotels or small guest houses. Please do not, this is not London or Paris, calibrate your expectations. These people are trying their best, and most of them are just so wonderful and they're so amazing, so hospitable that it actually, I feel embarrassed to complain about small things. So calibrate your expectations, and the price you get here, you shouldn't expect a lot anyway, but they do try to go overboard to accommodate as much as possible. They're really lovely, wonderful people. So keep that in mind and you will have an amazing stay. There are a lot of cats here. They're really adorable and most of them are really friendly, so they will come to you, but be a little careful because some of them can be quite feisty. Hello. She's not bothered. Bring yourself a light jacket. You will need it in the evening. It gets quite chilly. And for that reason, you also don't need a lot of air conditioning at night. Fans work absolutely perfectly. Don't forget to bring yourself some sunscreen, sunglasses, and a hat. It gets really hot during the day. Now that you have all the practical information, let's get exploring in Uzbekistan. I've created a playlist that will give you all the top things to do in Samarkand, Bukhara, Khiva and Tashkent, as well as food suggestions. So click on the link above and let's explore this beautiful country together.